at y equals 3 minus 2 cosine of 3x. And we want to graph that over 2 periods. So this is the first one that we've done today that doesn't have a phase shift. And we know it doesn't have a phase shift because it doesn't have a parenthesis. But it does have a vertical shift. Which number is acting as your vertical shift?
3.
That positive 3, yeah. So this is going to be, the same as the graph of y equals negative 2 cosine of 3x, but shifted up 3 units. So let's take a look at that. First, let's identify what little a is. Little a is, hey guys, what's little a? Negative 2. Little b is 3. Little c is positive 3. And little d is 0 in this case.
So only the horizontal changes signs.
Only the horizontal shift, yeah. Only the parenthesis, the one there, changes signs. The vertical shift is true to whatever it looks like. So that means that our amplitude in this case is positive 2. Our period is positive 2 pi over 3. Our vertical shift is up 3, or just positive 3. And our phase shift is 0. We don't have one, so there's no phase shift. The nice thing about this particular problem is we have the same base function. Y equals a cosine bx. Didn't we just finish doing this one? Yes? So like if we flip back to the previous slide, we can see that we have the exact same table. Okay, so that's nice. 0, skip 3 spaces, and up to 2 pi over 3. So this is 1 pi over 3. This is pi over 6. And what's this one? Pi over 2, yeah. This is negative 2. It's a cosine graph, so it starts at a, because the cosine of 0 is 1, and negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 0, 2, 0, and back to negative 2, yeah. So there's our unshifted table. And here's where we have to be careful. If we only have a vertical shift, are the x's or the y's affected? The y's. So be really careful. It's nice because the x's are going to stay the same, but the y's are all going to be increased by 3 units. So we'll keep the x's. And we will add 3 units to each of our y's. So negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1. 0 plus 3 is 2 plus 3 is 0 plus 3 is, and negative 2 plus 3 is back to 1. So it's a little disconcerting sometimes the first time you see a graph that, is not symmetric on the y-axis, but it doesn't have to be. If you have a vertical shift, it brings it off of that midline. Any questions so far? All right, let's sketch it. Do you guys want me to sketch them both, or are you comfortable with me just sketching the shifted one? Just the shifted? Okay, let's look at that. That's not going to work. Why? How high do I have to go?
5.
Yeah, I have to go up pretty high, so let's start, I don't know. Let's start over here. Do I have to go negative at all? No? Yeah, I can just extend out to the other way, right? So I don't have to do a negative period. Let's do positives. So let's just kind of start here. Okay, so we'll start at 0. We'll go to pi over 6. 2 pi over 6 is pi over 3. Well, I said it and didn't write it. 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2. 4 pi over 6 is, oh my goodness. I don't even know how my brain does that. Pi over 2. 4 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 3. This would be 5 pi over 6. 6 pi over 6 will take me to pi. 7 pi over 6. 8 pi over 6 is what? 8 pi over 6 is 4/3 pi. 8 pi over 6 is 4 pi over 3. 9 pi over 6 is 3 pi over 2. Do you guys think I'm far enough out?
Yeah.
10 pi over 6, I can't stop.
You need one
10 pi over 6 is what? 5 pi over 3.
And then you need 2 pi.
That would be 11 pi over 6. And then I would be up to 2 pi. So hopefully that's enough. Surely that's enough. Okay, let's take a look. The first point is 0, 1. The next point is pi over 6, comma 3. I cannot count today. The next one is pi over 3, comma 5. And then we start to come back, right, to 3. And then 2 pi over 3 is back to 1. So I want to continue that pattern one more time. Nice. This time we only have one space in between each one. So the next one will be where? At 3. And the next one will be at 5. And the next one will be at 3. And the next one will be at 1. Let's see what that looks like.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat, isn't it? I like that. Do you have any questions about it? Now, I don't know why we have to do that. Never in the real world have I been asked to do this, but it's kind of neat that we can. For our final problem, we're going to look at a graph that has every single thing imaginable done to it. The A is not 1, the B is not 1, the C is not 0, and the D is not 0. It has something wrong in every step. So this is the hardest one we're going to look at. First thing we have to do is factor that 4 out of the parenthesis. So now we have -1 plus 2 sine. And if I take the 4 out, it becomes x plus what? Pi over 4. Yeah, you have to divide that 4 out of the pi there. Then off to the side, we'll look and say that A is 2, B is 4, C is -1, and D is negative what? Pi over 4. Okay, so the amplitude is 2, the vertical shift is down 1, the horizontal or phase shift is left pi over 4, but I do need the period. The period is 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. And I need that period to know, where to stop my table. So let's go build a table for this. Start at 0, skip 3 spaces, and we'll end at pi over 2. Halfway between is pi over 4. Halfway between is, pi over 8. Oh, I don't like 8s.
Yes.
Pi over 8, so 1 pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, 4 pi over 8 is pi over 2. Talk to me about our table before we shift it. It's going to go at, it's a sine, so it's going to go through 0, 0. Then it's going to go through A. So A is 2, B, then it goes to 0 again, then negative A, and then 0. There's the unshifted table. Now we have to change both the x's and the y's in that table. So this is where things get a little more complicated. To shift that, I am going to have to take the x's and subtract pi over 4 from them. And I'm going to take the y's and subtract what? 1, yeah. It's not that bad. It's just tedious. So let's do our x's first.
So is every one of our problems with homework graphing?
Yes.
How many problems is it?
I do not know, you guys. Let's just finish this one and then I'll give you a chance to look at your syllabus.
Think about how awkward this would be on
1, 2,
No.
3. Okay. So what's 0 minus pi over 4? Negative pi over 4. What is pi over 8 minus pi over 4? Negative pi over 8. Anybody? No. Look, we take pi over 8 minus 1 pi over 4. I'll come over here and do it. Pi over 8 minus pi over 4 has a common denominator of 8, so we keep the first one. We multiply the second one by 2. 1 minus 2 is -1, so it's negative pi over 8. What's pi over 4 minus pi over 4? Pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 0. 3 pi over 8 minus pi over 4 is what? Hey guys, pi over 8. And then pi over 2 minus pi over 4 is pi over 4. So we've got a scale here of 1/4 of pi, 1/8 of pi in between each of those. That adjusts our x values. Now we're going to adjust our y's. That's easy compared to the x's. 0 minus 1 is -1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 0 minus 1 is, and -2 minus 1 is, and 0 minus 1 is -1. Okay, so now you just have to go graph that over 2 periods. I know, I'm excited about it too. The good news is we don't need any positive y values, so I'm just going to kind of build it. Oh, we do. We need to go to +1, don't we? Okay. All right, we'll do it like right here. Let's put on 0, positive pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi over 8, 4 pi over 8, 5 pi over 8. I think that's far enough, right? Maybe, I don't know. 6 pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, 8 pi over 8. Surely that's far enough. Then we need a few negatives. So we need negative pi over 8 and negative pi over 4. So that's -2 pi over 8. Okay. We need to go up to +1 and down to -3. 1, -1, -2, -3. Okay, let's put those red dots on. Negative pi over 4, -1. Negative pi over 8, +1, right? 0, -1. Pi over 8, -3. Oh, something's wrong. You guys okay? You're not okay? What's wrong? You're kind of okay? All right. Pi over 4 what? -1? So this is a sine graph. See how it goes. One full up, one full down for a period. Cosine gets caught in that weird little half up, half down thing that it does. If I continue with this, where does the next dot go? It went from -1 up to +1. So this one needs to go from -1 to +1. Then from +1 it dropped back to -1. And then from -1 it dropped all the way down to -3. So if you just continue that pattern, is that enough or do I need to keep going? I need one more, right? Back to -1? All right. Is that 2 full ups and 2 full downs? Perfect. That is the graph of y equals -1 plus 2 sine 4x plus pi over 2 full periods. And that wraps up section 4.2. The homework on this is going to be tedious, so draw your graphs big enough that you're not stressing yourself out.